I would also, on behalf of our community, extend a warm welcome to all of you here in the simple words of myself, which is always difficult following Gabe in his elaborate welcome to our territories. I am so proud of my nephews. Gabe for learning the language. A number of my nephews are relearning the language. And even in our department, Treaty Lands and Resources, I have so many nieces who are playing a big part in looking after our environment, our lands and water. This is what today is all about. How can we, as individuals, as communities, as leadership, as youth, find a way to make a difference in what we leave for future generations? That is the biggest question ever. And it is so scary when you really think about it. How can we help? We can no longer wait for someone else to do it. The future is just right there. It is no longer down the road. The population is growing so fast. Before you know it, our water, our food sources are all going to be compromised if we do not start to address these issues now. We talk about 7 generations. We have to plan ahead for 7 generations. Right now, I've met 7 generations of my family. I knew my great-grandparents. I went out and picked mint leaves for my grandmother right from her front yard in the bush. I have great-grandchildren now growing up on the coast. And when you think about that time span and what I've seen, that time has gone by so quickly, and the changes are so immensely due to the rapid population that is happening in our world. You look at Vancouver, the changes. As Gabe mentioned, the roads were pathways for hunters. Look where we are now. We can't even find a lot on the North Shore to build a house. We are building up to the sky as opposed to building out. What does that do to the environment? What does all this industry here do to the environment, the water quality? How can we make a difference to ensure that these young people here will have a future in this community? It's not about just the climate, the weather. It's all the impacts that that climate is doing to our land and water. That is what's going to make the difference for our future. So I really want to acknowledge to Tsleil-Waututh for all the work they have initiated within our community in building relationships with the province, with other governments, to try to begin all of this work. But we can't do it alone. We need all the help of every single person that is willing to help. And we are willing to be there to help you in trying to solve these problems. It is not a simple task, and it's going to involve everybody. So I really want to acknowledge our team, our youth especially, our elder. Even though he's my nephew, I can call him my elder. And he has a wealth of knowledge about a lot of these changes. And we need to transfer all that knowledge from him to our youth in order to sustain this environment to the best of our ability. Thank you all.